why your sales team is shit, or in other words, why your business isn't performing at its peak. This is the main question of this video, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, because at the end of this video there's gonna be a question where I'm gonna need you to pause the video and answer it genuinely. To be honest, I don't care if you're gonna be honest or not with yourself, but the more honest you are with your answer, the better, or the more efficiently you're gonna find the true cause of your problem. And if you're watching this video, I might, if you let me assume, I'd like to say that you're probably watching it because you're not at the place where you want to be with your business. You're either not running a sustainable business, or you're running a sustainable business, but you're putting too much of your own efforts into it. And I'm sure you know that we as business owners, the two most precious things we have, or two most precious resources that we have at the moment, is time and money. So the more time you have, the more money you make. It's a simple math. And when it comes to, actually let me do it this way. When it comes to solving the problem of you running a sustainable business where you don't have to be present at all times with, let's say, doing all the low leverage activities such as talking in the DMs, then booking prospects in, and so on, but rather you can focus on just creating content and making yourself the guy on the market, then that actually means that your business is really profitable. But like I said, at the end there's gonna be one question, and actually I can even reveal it to you right now. It's gonna be, is the problem in your sales team or in you? But before we dive into this a lot deeper, I want to take two routes here. There are either sorts of business owners that are being cheap with their money, with investing into proper sales team that can take them to the moon literally, and there are guys that are well aware of how talented and premium and quality setters can actually benefit you long term. So what I want to point out before diving into this being cheap thing, I think that if a business owner generally doesn't have money to invest into premium talent, I think he's not even supposed to be hiring any sales team at that very moment. I think he should first just like build a foundation, and then from there expand and obviously just develop his sales team as he moves forward. Then these other guys that are genuinely being cheap, these are the most common objections I've faced with them, and this is like a complete bullshit. You're gonna see why. Why do I need your management? I can do it on my own, or I can find setters for free. What they're trying to do here is save money. I don't see any point in it, because yeah, obviously you can find setters for free. I'm not the one stopping you. Just go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, and hire any freelancers that are just looking for some part-time gig. And in the long term, you're gonna realize how everything is gonna get compounded, and how you're gonna be in even more terrible position than you're at right now. And this is just a smokescreen. Like I said, this is just a smokescreen. They're just trying to save money, which is ultimately, once again, just gonna cause them more pain, both physical and financial. Now let me explain what do I mean by that. These are just 2 or 3 examples that can happen later down the line once you're just being cheap on your sales team. Not getting any quality bookings is obviously a financial pain. You're not getting enough money, you're not running a sustainable business, your loop is crashed. The loop I think I talked about in the previous video, it's somewhere right, wait a sec, somewhere right here. Okay, here's the loop. You're not able to acquire any new clients, meaning that you're not able to deliver them the promised results. You're not going to be able to post any testimonials or successful stories on your social pages, obviously. Your future prospects are not going to be seeing you as the guy on the market that's going to actually able to provide results that you're promising, and ultimately they're not going to get nurtured through anything because there is nothing you can show off, and at the end you're not going to be getting any more clients. And that's just how the loop is going to be looking like if you just face some of these issues right here. Lots of unqualified calls is both financial and physical pain. Imagine just all the money that could have been generated with one A-player sales rep in less time. Now let me explain. You're gonna hire some setter from Fiverr, and he's not gonna be able to realize that quality bookings are far more important than quantity. You know, he might just book you 10 calls a week, and all of those are unqualified guys from third world country, and you just lost 10 hours of your time. Terrible. Both because you're physically tired and you're not going to be able to put your efforts into, let's say, creating content and marketing yourself, and financial because obviously you're not making money, which is exactly why I said that you should imagine all the money that could have been generated with one A-player sales rep in less time. And third, ruining your credibility as a terrible service provider. The first example that comes to my mind is, let's say, me right now being an appointment setting coach, coaching SansTrain setters, and imagine me not making a single dollar with appointment setting, and then promising my students that they will be making 5 to 8K a month as SansTrain setters. I would be a complete scammer at that point. That's like a complete scam, no questions about it. Then, on the other hand, imagine a business owner investing into premium quality. First thing that's gonna happen once he invests certain amount of money into actual pool of talent is simply he's gonna be connected with the source of those setters. Me personally, I have an access to over 120 at this point setters that I train, place and manage for other businesses. And someone coming to me asking for some setters is literally him being connected with the source of setters. I'm his source. And that's the first thing that happened once the investment, let's say, in that premium quality is being made. You're just connected to the pool of talent. And you also have some sort of guarantee because you're literally like getting to partner with someone who is already credible in the industry. You know, imagine a guy having over 120 people he can just train, place and manage for other businesses and still being terrible. I don't think that's even a possibility, because if that's the case, then the guy wouldn't even be having so many setters in the first place, because they wouldn't be getting, they wouldn't be joining that certain program. Is that correct? I think you can agree with me. Which ultimately can only benefit you. Why? Lots of quality bookings compared to lots of unqualified bookings. And what happens? That's a financial benefit. That's a financial benefit. And you're also on a long enough time frame, you're gonna be working only with happy clients. Second thing, is just an entire workload delegated. That's a both financial and physical benefit. Now imagine your entire DMs running on autopilot, like being fully automated. Your A-player setter is doing it for you, he's doing an outreach for you, he's warming up all the leads for you, he's booking them in, qualifying them, and you're just hopping on the calls with people that are actually going to close. I don't know what's better there. Is it better for you to make more money, or is it better for you to just have that physical locational freedom where you don't have to be no-lifing in your office? You can just focus on creating content, building or developing your personal brand, and making your current clients satisfied. Which, on the other hand, compared to the previous example, loop becomes never ending. This loop actually starts working for you. Wait, where is it? Okay, here. Finally, you're acquiring new clients, you're delivering the results because you have the time and capability of doing so, them being satisfied because obviously you're the guy now, them posting testimonials, prospects seeing the results you provide, them getting nurtured through other pieces of content, and then them getting involved because they want the same results. But don't get me wrong, even if you can, hypothetically, keep this loop alive on your own, here at this part, a great set of skills is actually required. Because let's say you're a fitness coach, I don't know, just a BS example. Do you think you'll be able to do an appointment setter's job equally the same as he would be doing? I don't think so. I generally don't think so, because all the guys that we train, place and manage have paid for their professional education. They have paid for it, meaning that they're just way more professional at that specific part of the sales, right? You're the guy when it comes to delivering the results, obviously, because you are G, you know, but when it comes to those back-end things in your business, they're the main man. They're the main man. And ultimately, like I've said, once your loop becomes never-ending, you get to be known as the guy. You're just placing yourself as an authority in the market, and everyone is gonna come to you if they want those specific results that you're promising. And now, quick question. Who's gonna have a better, more sustainable business? The guy that wanted to save his money at that period of time, okay, he saved it. He saved, let's say, 5k, I don't know, just a random number. He saved 5k, but ultimately he's struggling even more. Those 5k are just at this point sitting in his bank, because if he's like hesitant about investing, I generally don't think that at no point in time he's actually gonna put that money somewhere. It's just gonna sit in his bank. And I'm speaking from my personal experience, because I was like that before. You know, I thought that me having money in my bank is good because I just have it. But now I would rather have less, and after a certain period of time, I know that it's gonna get compounded. And actually, compound effect. This is something this is like an example on how I imagine this being. Let's say there's a diagram, and I don't know, he's just gonna save some money right here. You know, he's at the top because he has more money than someone who invested right here, you know. And obviously, as he's facing more and more struggles, he's gonna start falling down. You know, he's gonna be facing more struggles, and at that point, I think it's a lot harder to escape that new reality than initially when the problem didn't expand to that point, right? And then this guy that just invested, he's just gonna grow more and more and more, because, you know, it's always easier to fix the problem at its very beginning than later down the line once the problem actually expands, you know. And now the main question is the problem in your sales team or in you if your business is not sustainable? I generally think it's in you, because you could have stopped it way earlier by just not being cheap. Like I said, I'm gonna be very, very straightforward in this video, and I'm gonna keep you accountable for any other possible situation that you might have found yourself in with your business. And once again, I'm gonna talk from my personal experience. Like, my road has been so tough, honestly speaking. I was always hesitant about investing, and even when I invested in my first appointment setting program, I almost didn't sell my PS5 to be able to join, because I didn't have no money. I sold my PS5 for like 500 euros, invested just, I don't know, 200 euros or something. And even though it was such a small amount, I was so hesitant about it. But I'm so thankful that I did. And yeah, now I'm actually able to speak from my personal experience and help others do the same, you know. And it's the same thing happening potentially in your business, right? If you're facing any struggles, I generally think that you shouldn't be cheap. You shouldn't be cheap at those things that just can benefit you. Because this one quote I read somewhere: stopping your marketing strategies to save money is like stopping a watch to save time. I mean, the quote speaks for itself, I think. The quote speaks for itself, because by you hiring premium and quality setter, an A player in your business that's actually gonna be hungry to make money for himself, prove himself to you, ultimately making money for you, right? And just wanting to scale your entire company, I don't think there's any negative downside of it. I don't think there's any downside of it. You can only massively benefit from it. And at that point, if you still didn't watch my previous video, you can just see how I actually am able to do such a thing. How I'm able to just help my clients sign their ideal client profile on autopilot with Setter Sign system. It all starts from hiring one talented and dedicated appointment setter. And like I've said, premium and quality things come with a cost. You know, you can't expect them for free, because if you expect them for free, then you're either cheap, sorry to disappoint you, but you're either cheap, or you're just not in a position with your business to hire a setter. Because I've had a lot of people coming at me saying, oh, I need setters. Okay, when did you start your business? Oh, I started it a month ago. Okay, and how many clients do you have currently? I have just one. Yeah, that's not ideal, because setters, especially these talented ones, even though they're like very premium and of a very high quality, are real A players, they're not like able to do some magic. You know, they're not gonna be doing any wonders. They are not able to get you from point 0 to point 1, but rather they're actually able to get you from point A to point B. They're able to help you scale your entire business, not just move it from scratch. That's the main point here. And like I've said, if you're at the very beginning, then just build a foundation on your own, and then later down the line you can sign or hire some setters, because you have the foundation and you have an entire framework that you can share with them. And then they are maybe able to do some little tweaks because they are professionals at it and help you scale your business entirely. That's the main point. Keep compound effect in mind, because the sooner you want to fix some problem before it actually expands, the more efficient everything is gonna be. That's what I would like to say here. And anyways, if you still haven't watched my previous video, I'm gonna put it somewhere right here as the suggested one or something. And yeah, you're gonna be able to watch it just so you have a better idea on how to actually implement all these things on your own. And by the way, the video is not a VSL or anything, it's just a free training, because by the way, yeah, that free training that you're gonna be able to watch is part of free modules that I'm actually showing my clients. So yeah, you'll get your hands on it for free without actually needing to be my client. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Keep grinding.